When was the last time you had a meal without scrolling on your phone or catching up on the latest Netflix show? This distracted eating might be causing you to eat too much and gain weight. Even while eating, multitasking has become an essential part of our fast-paced lives. Eating while engaging in other activities like watching television or working has been linked to an increase in food intake. Despite the fact that this may appear to be harmless, it's not harmless, and scientists are finally figuring out what is actually happening in our brains when we eat. And if you understand what I'm about to show you, it has the potential to change the way you eat, which can change the number on your scale. Well, how does the brain process taste information? I want you to think about the sensation that you have when you bite into your favorite food. Is it pizza? Is it chocolate? Is it Brussels sprouts? Probably not. It's never Brussels sprouts. But no matter what it is, the same thing is happening. Basically, there are two sections of the brain that are responsible for how we experience taste: the insula and the frontal cortex. The first area focuses on interpreting sensations related to taste quality and intensity. This includes whether the food is sweet, salty, sour, or bitter, etc. It then senses this information and sends it to the frontal cortex, which in turn assigns a reward value to the food, associated with pleasantness. Basically, this is what is telling your body that something is satisfying, which is why you see all those commercials displaying what we all experience when eating something we love. That portion of our brains is lighting up and telling us, yes, more of that, please. But unfortunately, more of that usually ends up meaning more weight and more disease. And it all starts in the brain. New research is revealing how all this is happening, especially how our brains are affected by distracted eating, which basically means the science of your brain while eating and checking social media or binging on your favorite show. In a recent study, researchers hooked up 41 people to a brain scanner and gave them a set amount of chocolate milk to drink while performing tasks. These tasks range from either very distracting or only slightly distracting. In the highly distracted group, they had to pay very close attention to the activity in order to complete the task. Then, the researchers reviewed how these distractions affected the brain's perception of taste. The discovery was shocking. Researchers found that distracted eating can actually change how we're tasting food and lead to overeating. And I'm going to tell you now, that's probably happening to you. The brain scans of some of the individuals showed that the parts of the brain responsible for processing taste did not communicate as effectively with each other when the people were very distracted and drinking their chocolate milk. Which means that they were drinking delicious chocolate milk and they were tasting it, but they weren't really tasting it fully because they were too distracted. It's similar to when you try to talk to a person playing video games or watching a show. If you try to talk to them while they're doing that, they can kind of hear you, but not really. The same thing is happening when you eat. So the same way you have to keep repeating yourself to get the message through is the same way that your brain is trying to get the message through that the food tastes good. I've had enough. This is evident from the results of the chocolate milk brain study, as it showed that some of the participants who did tasks that required a high level of attention said that their satisfaction with the taste of the milk was weakened, and they ended up eating more snacks later on in the day. In a nutshell, this study proves that if you're eating while distracted, your brain might not process information about taste or even satisfaction as well as it should, which could cause you to eat more. So, how can you enjoy a meal without distractions? Well, there's a word that I need you to remember, and that word is mindful. According to researchers, eating mindfully or simply being fully present at meals can prevent us from overeating. As seen in this study, distractions can change some of the brain's processing abilities, leaving us less satisfied, which essentially robs us of the pleasure of eating that we're wired to enjoy. If your mind is full while you're eating, then your taste buds will never be full, and your stomach might never feel full. So, here are some easy tips to begin eating mindfully. Number 1, turn off and put away all electronic devices that might distract you, such as phones, tablets, laptops, and get away from your work desk. Number 2, while eating, bring full awareness to each bite of food. Look at your food. Notice the colors, textures, and aromas. Number 3, eat slowly and think about the taste as you're chewing. The more you chew and the more you think, the easier it is for your brain regions to have time to communicate the experiences with each other and sense when you've had enough. If you do this, you can be more in tune with your body and notice when you've had enough and are satisfied. And finally, at the end of your meal, take a moment to be thankful for what you just enjoyed. Allow your body to process the experience and close the pleasure loop. So, we challenge you to try following mindful eating during at least one meal today. And I promise you that you will be satisfied with less, which means less pounds and less illness. Until next time, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a video. Give the gift of health to your friends and family by sharing these videos with them. Remember, true health starts in the mind, and it's about more than diet. Hope to see you again.